Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Getting Started with Pipedrive video series brought to you by the Marks Group. In this video, we're going to be talking about calendar sync and how to set that up, what your options are, and what that looks like within Pipedrive. All right, so let's get started. We're going to go ahead and click the user icon in the upper right corner, and then click Personal Preferences or Company Settings just to get you back into this area. Then we're going to click Calendar Sync. And we've got this little introductory screen right here. It'll list the major calendar providers that Pipedrive works with right here. We have a previously added account, so we can go ahead and connect here, but you can also add a new account just by entering your email as long as you use one of these email providers or calendar providers. But generally this will just be tied to your email account. So if we click connect, or go ahead and set up a new account to connect with, it's going to take us to this screen. So we select the calendar to use, the sync type, whether it's two-way sync or one-way sync. Now with contacts, I generally recommend that it be one-way sync, depending on how you work, but calendars, you might want it as two-way sync. So basically, and it spells this out here, but with two-way sync, anything you add or change or delete from Pipedrive will get synced into your email provider or your calendar provider. And anything with a one-way sync, anything you add or change or delete from your email provider or calendar provider will get synced into Pipedrive. But any changes from Pipedrive will not get synced back to your email provider. So we'll use two-way sync for now. And you can save calendar events to Pipedrives as meeting. And here's where you would select from the list of activity types, but we'll want meeting for this. And you can sync Pipedrive activities to your calendar in the two-way sync. If you select one-way sync, it's going to take anything from Pipedrive back to your calendar, but only edits to, as it says here, only edits to Pipedrive activities will sync back to Pipedrive. If you make edits to non-Pipedrive activities, they're not going to sync back to your calendar provider. I think I might have said that a little incorrectly the first time. So reiterate, just to reiterate, the two-way sync, any changes you make from Pipedrive to your calendar events will sync back to your calendar, and any calendar events you change or add or delete from your calendar provider will sync back into Pipedrive. But with the one-way sync, Pipedrive activities do sync to your calendar, but only changes you make to your Pipedrive activities will sync back into Pipedrive. We're going to go ahead and click the two-way sync for this though. So we'll bring things in as meeting, and then we can sync, sure, we'll sync all of these as activities to our calendar. You can show contact and deal information in the calendar provider calendar. So in our case, in the Gmail calendar, anyone that can access your calendar would be able to see these. So that's why it says don't show as the recommended option. And all future events will be synced. So if we set that up here, one other bonus to syncing your calendar with Pipedrive is that you can use the scheduler, which I think pops up as proposed times here. And we did just enable that, so I think it might just need a second to catch up. So if we go to proposed times, yeah, cool. Okay, so we can set up our availability here. So these would be times that we could meet for, or times you could set up any meetings for, really. And then you have additional buffer and time settings here, which is pretty cool. So if you have a general, availability schedule, you don't really need an end date here, but I think this is a neat feature. This allows, this makes it a lot easier for people to set up meetings with you. And we have a example calendar or availability calendar here that we can look at. Okay. And this is nice because every day doesn't need to be the same. And it'll definitely make things easier for people in different time zones to set up meetings with you. So if we click continue, you can go ahead and set up meeting details. And this is useful if it's the same every time. We're just going to exit out of this. And if we set up a new activity, we should be able to see that it syncs back into Gmail. So, and we'll notice this proposed times option pops up after syncing our calendar. We can also, by the way, click this button here and have it display in a calendar format. All right, so I just added that. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to sync, but we will see. Very cool. So these are our tasks, or not all tasks, but these were our activities from Pipedrive that were brought in. And I'm going to refresh this. It might, the meeting we just created might not pop up yet. It might take a few minutes, but oh, there it is. Very cool. So I'm in Mountain Time and this calendar is in East Coast time, which is why it displays as 3:15 to 4:15 and 1:15 to 2:15 on here. So that did not take long at all, as you can see. So we can delete this from our Gmail calendar. And if we go back into Pipedrive, we will see that it has also been deleted. And this meeting with Megan that was listed here was created first in our Google Calendar and it was brought over from the sync. So the calendar sync within Pipedrive is very cool. What is it called? The proposed times area is also really neat, especially if you need to have clients set up times with you. You can have them use this proposed times feature within email actually, which is really neat. All right, so if you have any other questions about Calendar Sync, there's a great knowledge base article on Pipedrive's website that you can check out, or you can email me, megan@marksgroup.net. Thank you so much for joining for this Getting Started with Pipedrive video series, and I will see you guys in the future with some tips and tricks for Pipedrive. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.